before you met Mika?
Not really. I can't say that I was interested. Okay, everybody in Finland follows motor racing. I think that's in our blood. But I didn't follow really the Formula One races. I knew who Mika Häkkinen was, but I didn't meet him in any circumstances of racing.
Now you are a very famous television presenter in Finland. Mika is the world champion. You must be the most famous couple in Finland.
Well, could be, like you say, yes.
I mean, can you walk?
I can't judge.
can you walk through the streets of Helsinki or not?
Not really, no. No. Mika is such a big star in Finland. There's so many supporters, like 1.5 million supporters for Mika in Finland.
Really?
Yeah. So it's out of question.
I've seen you everywhere, and Formula One is such a big thing. What sort of a charge and interest do you get out of it while you're watching it?
Obviously, I love it because it takes maybe 90–95% of my husband's life. So I sort of learned, and I wanted to learn much about it. And more I know, more I've learned, more I love it, because it's really interesting job, and it's challenging, it's exciting, it's really nice. And for me, to come to the races, it's more to be with Mika and be close to him. Yeah. And also enjoy the excitement. I really love it.
Is Monaco special for you? Because you live just up the road, don't you?
Absolutely. Monaco is special. I think it's for everybody. You've been in Formula One so long. You must say the same. Monaco is so special because it's a straight track, and it's so narrow and so compact, and could be also the most dangerous track in the whole Grand Prix. So.
Well, you're a very special person. He's a very special person. We're in a very special place. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
The old man Mika Häkkinen has to hold off this street fighter, Michael Schumacher, this afternoon. When you rejoin us, Martin Brundle will be stargazing on his grid walk.
As quickly as possible, Frentzen too, and that means you just get that little bit less grip off the line. You've got to turn the car sooner or later.
Fingers crossed, everybody. They're all in position. 1 light, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go, 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 go! And Häkkinen pulls across. Schumacher gets right up alongside him as they go. Schumacher leads. Schumacher, an absolutely sensational start by Michael Schumacher, gets him ahead of Mika Häkkinen. Eddie Irvine has gone ahead of David Coulthard. So it is Ferrari McLaren, and nobody expected that so quickly. So Michael Schumacher now with a clear track in front of him, the man who is leading the World Championship from Eddie Irvine, his teammate, by 4 points, round the Grand Hotel corner, down to the Portier, then from the Portier through the tunnel. Everybody seems to have got away cleanly.
Virtually stationary there in the hairpin, and we know that Schumacher has been testing his starts in Fiorano since the last race. Dirty side of the track or not, both Ferraris getting away very well, and then Michael Schumacher braking later into turn 1, as did Eddie Irvine. Ferrari have the upper hand, and in my view, that Ferrari is a faster car in race trim. I think the front end of the car is better, they've got better traction, less wheel spin, and that is the perfect scenario for Ferrari and Michael Schumacher.
Sure is, and Rubens Barrichello in the Stewart Ford is in 5th position, ahead of Knights Harold Frentzen in the Jordan, the first of the Jordans. Michael Schumacher opening up a bit of a gap between himself and Mika Häkkinen.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see how far they go to the first stop. I think some of these cars are going to be well into the 40-odd laps before they need to make a pit stop, and it seems the way the two Ferraris got away so well, they could just be on a lighter fuel load in an attempt to get into that first corner first. If so, it's working. It'll show up if Schumacher has to pit in the 40s and the McLarens can go further into the race, then we'll see the fuel load they've got. But at the moment, it's worked best. Look, Häkkinen locks his front brakes. Irvine too, all looking a bit hairy in there. Somehow they all fell into line, and no tears at the first corner.
So Frentzen in the yellow car, followed by Jarno Trulli in the the Prost is in 7th position. Then it's Fisichella. Jacques Villeneuve in the BAR is in 9th position, ahead of Alex Zanardi in the Williams. Michael Schumacher then out of the chicane. He's exactly where he wants to be. As Martin said, they went back to Fiorano in Italy the day before yesterday from Monte Carlo to practice starts and pit stops. Now, they're all on a one-stop strategy. I'm pretty sure of that, because you can't afford to stop here twice at Monaco. And last year, the earliest stop we had was Fisichella, who finished 2nd. He stopped on lap 31, and on lap 54, the latest stop was Jacques Villeneuve, who finished 5th in the Williams. And as a matter of interest, Mika Häkkinen, the McLaren race winner last year, as you look at Eddie Irvine ahead of David Coulthard, stopped on lap 37. So whichever way it is, we've got a long way now for things to get really established. And Michael Schumacher really piling on the pace. Fastest lap already, 1 minute 25.15. And that is 2 seconds off the fastest lap last year.
Yes, and the noise is incredible. I can barely hear you talking up here, Murray. Absolutely incredible as they stream down the pit straight. But Michael Schumacher looking absolutely invincible at the front there. As you said, a half a second quicker than Häkkinen and 1.5 seconds faster than Irvine and David Coulthard, streaming away at the front.
So the gaps now, as you see, Barrichello go through the tunnel and now down to the chicane. That's David Coulthard's McLaren. He's in 4th position, so it's still Ferrari, McLaren, then Barrichello, Stewart, Frenson's Jordan. Damon Hill is still in 17th position. He hasn't made up any time.
Yes, I think another important point is that the only driver to have finished all 3 races so far this year in the entire field is Michael Schumacher. The Ferrari has had tremendous reliability for some time now.
And he's a triple winner. Michael Schumacher won in 94 and 95 for Benetton. He had that absolutely spellbinding victory for Ferrari in 1997, and he's right on the top of his form. Ferrari have been working so hard on this car since their excellent car of 1998 was put away, and they've got it absolutely right. McLaren had the edge when the season started, although Eddie Irvine, of course, won in Australia for Ferrari. And Schumacher and Ross Brawn and Rory Byrne and everyone else at Ferrari have put together a superb package. Now, what's happening behind? There's quite a battle, but behind Rubens Barrichello, Heinz-Harald Frentzen in 6th position has got Jarno Trulli right behind him. Now, we're looking at Marc Genet. That's a bit of plastic attaching itself to the aerial on his car. He won't be able to do anything about it. He can't reach forward and pull it off.
No, he can't actually. His seat belts, that the shoulder straps will be way too tight to get that far forward, but I suspect the Airstream will do that job for him.
So, David Coulthard. Now, let's watch David Coulthard, and you can see how they have to be absolutely millimetre perfect on their line here. If you put a wheel on a curve and... Oh, that is Damon Hill and Ralf Schumacher in the chicane. So, Damon has spun.
Yes, look, Damon's coming in. He gets nipped by Ralf. Don't think Ralf saw him coming. Damon's car's going absolutely no further. It's got a wheel hanging off, as you saw. The engine is stalled. They've got to clear that car away because it's blocking the racetrack. We may see the safety car. Depends. The marshals do work very, very fast here. And look, Schumacher's got half a lap to go before he comes across that incident. And the marshal's got to get a trolley underneath that yellow Jordan, get it out of the way. Or if they've got a crane on that corner, they can just hoist it out. But at the moment, the track was blocked. Although, of course, as you saw, 2 cars did go straight across the chicane. There's no penalty there as long as you don't make up a place.
Now, Heinz-Harald Frentzen nearly went into Zanardi's car. Well done,
yeah,
well done, lads. They got it out of the way.
Oh,
just as Schumacher arrives. That was a very nifty bit of marshalling. They're very, very good in it indeed here. So 3.3 seconds. Do you hear that? 3.3 seconds, and Häkkinen is speeding up. Häkkinen has gone fastest in the first of the 3 sectors, which this lap is divided up into. He's gone faster than he's been before in the second sector. Mika Häkkinen on lap 5 out of 78 is starting to challenge Michael Schumacher. He cannot afford to let the Ferrari get away, because later on, when they start coming in to take on new tyres and more fuel, if they come out amid the traffic, it can close the gaps more here than anywhere else. So, coming up the Beau Rivage, Schumacher, Häkkinen, Irvine. There is Häkkinen going round the Hotel de Paris, and you will see later on in this race that Michael Schumacher has got an entirely novel line into the pit lane for refuelling, which I think is going to give him an advantage.
Could well be right. Interesting, looking at the top 4 cars, they've stabilised really. 1 minute 25.1 for Michael, 25.1 for Mika, Eddie Irvine in third at 25.3, and Coulthard in fourth at 25.2. So they really have stabilised on the same pace now as we expected. Mind you, Michael's on a stormer on this lap.
And this man is superlatively fit. So that is Zanardi, and Zanardi is in 10th place, followed by Wurz. You can see they're all tied up together. Johnny Herbert is 12th behind Wurz. Then there's Mika Salo in the BAR. Mika Salo, incidentally, taking the place of Ricardo Zonta, the Brazilian driver who hurt his leg in practice from the Brazilian Grand Prix. And Mika Salo is very much a Monaco expert. There he is.
Yes, you somehow get mesmerised following other cars around here. You're steering in their rear wing, you're breathing in their exhaust fumes, and you just end up just following them if you're not careful, instead of attacking them. There's very little you can do. They're always going to be on the throttle, at least a car length ahead of you. So you've got to force them into making a mistake somehow, and then try and capitalise on it, or wait for the back markers. Meanwhile, Michael Schumacher, a new fastest lap of the race, a 1:23.9. and increased his lead to 4 seconds, 0.7 of a second faster than Häkkinen on that lap.
Now let's discuss a rumour. McLaren have got not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 cars here, and the rumour is that one of them is set up for them to be able to go right the way through the race without a stop.
Never in a month of Sundays, Murray. We won't get enough fuel in that, and if it was raining and they were going slowly, they might, but it's not, and they're not.
Well, let's take care of that one. The rumour was that they put a bigger fuel tank in it. So we watch Zanardi, followed by Wurz, followed by Johnny Herbert. Then there is a gap to Mika Salo, Alesi in the Sauber. Pedro Diniz in the other Sauber is in 15th place. Olivier Panis not going at all well. He hasn't gone at all well the whole weekend in the Prost car. And his teammate Jarno Trulli is way ahead of him in 7th position. Chicane, Zanardi. Wurz. Zanardi, incidentally, hasn't gone as well as I've said before. That's Mika Salo, Alesi, Diniz, Panis, Tora Takagi in the green helmet, in the black arrows. The Japanese driver is in 17th position. I said that Zanardi has not gone as well in the first